I hate to keep torturing you with these videos, but you're going to need to know about the Eighth Amendment. What is our objectives for learning about the Eighth Amendment in this video? Well, first, I'd like you to be able to explain what cruel and unusual punishment is. Within that question, I'd like for you to be able to reflect on the modern debates on Eighth Amendment issues. We'll especially be talking about these when we do our ideology debates in our next unit. So, the Eighth Amendment, in a lot of ways, is there to protect your rights if you're convicted of a crime, if you're being punished. And also, it gives you protections if you're being investigated or accused of breaking the law. It's a pretty encompassing one. So, if you are being investigated or convicted, the government cannot subject you to cruel or unusual punishment, meaning that you cannot be subject to mental or physical torture by the government as a means of extracting information from you, as a means of punishing you for breaking the law. The government cannot levy excessive fines upon you. So, for example, if you are jaywalking, the government can't give you a fine of $3 million. The punishment should suit the crime. Now, okay, the government can't subject you to mental torture, physical torture. Well, there's a lot of debate on what that is. Recently, there's been some debate over solitary confinement, whether that is grounds for cruel and unusual punishment. Does the protection of the Eighth Amendment apply to foreign enemy combatants, to people who we face in the war on terror? Can we try to get information from them about a possible terrorist attack using accelerated interrogation techniques, or what many people define as torture? And one of the longest ongoing debates on the Eighth Amendment relates to capital punishment, the death penalty. Is this cruel or unusual punishment to use lethal injection or the electric chair or the other legal forms of capital punishment? So, to that end, let's go to our essential question. So, there's a big debate, and it's been going really for as long as the Eighth Amendment has been in effect on whether or not capital punishment, the death penalty, is unconstitutional. So, do you think that a death penalty is legal and justifiable, or do you think that it's cruel and unusual punishment? Is it, the ultimate punishment for the ultimate crimes like murder, or is putting someone to death, giving the government the power to put someone to death, cruel or unusual? I want you to just reflect on that question for a little bit. We again will be expanding on this debate quite a bit when we do our ideology unit in next week. But that concludes our video on the Eighth Amendment. I won't torture you any further.